Let's talk about now the 5 golden rules. So the first step is you need to define your brand's purpose. But another way of doing it is by following what the Japanese call the ikigai, which is a combination of, firstly, what the world needs. So you need to find out what is the issue that you're trying to solve and you're trying to help. It could be as simple as, giving, if you're, I'm thinking again of Lifebuoy, but during COVID, people need sanitizer, right? People need to wash their hands to prevent the spread of COVID. That is what the world needs. And that could be what you're looking after. It could be that you're helping moms, when their child is very young, providing the child with nutrition. That is also something the world needs. It doesn't have to be solving, global warming. Find out within your sector, what is the impact that the world needs. Second, think of what you're good at. There's no point thinking of what the world needs, but that has nothing to do with your product. Think of, again, the bank that's planting the trees. Is there a link between these two? If there's not, then that's not the right space for you. And lastly, this is very important. You need to think of, if you're the founder or you're an employee or you're a team leader, what are you passionate about? What is your team's purpose? Because there's no real point having a purpose of the brand which the team is not passionate about or the team does not believe in it. Because the only way this will work is if you have the entire team's passion and dedication to it. But let's look at case studies, right? Because that will help you tangibilize this theory. I'll start with Axe. Most of you should know this brand. You'll remember the ads where, the Axe guy puts deodorant and the girls are going crazy, which was kind of old school and I would say a little outdated. So the brand team on Axe worked on what is the modern notion of masculinity, right? That was very 1990s. What are the challenges that men face in 2000 and to the 2010s and the 2020s, and what can Axe help with? So they realized that men basically feel a lot of pressure, that they are outdated norms of masculinity and they have to follow them. But they also learned that women actually feel more attracted to men when they are comfortable being themselves, not trying to be fake, not trying to be someone they're not. And that led to a really powerful purpose of Axe. The second example is Dirt is Good, which is a brand that's known in different names in different parts of the world, but we call the master brand Dirt is Good. The insight is that most kids nowadays don't get to play outdoors, right? Because there's no space to play, parents are concerned, they want them to study. But when you don't have an opportunity to play outside, you miss out on some very important things and very important lessons in life. And parents don't want their kids to miss out on those things. So Dig's purpose is all about restoring childhood and enabling children to experience real play every day. Now, again, this is not, like I said, not solving global warming. It's not solving Black Lives Matter, but it's really thinking about, if you're selling detergent, what is the role that you play in a consumer's life, and how can you do that in a much more engaging and purposeful way. Now, I'll move on to the next part, which is, once you have defined your purpose, once you know if you're Axe and you're tackling masculinity, if you're Surf and you're targeting, helping children play outdoors and learn, you need to start with action. The reason I say start with action is many brands just do what we call brand say, right? So they will talk about their purpose. They will talk about, look at what we're doing, look at how amazing we're making the world. But the reality is, what are they really doing, right? They're just doing marketing. If you are truly a purpose-driven brand, you have to have not just what we call brand say, but also brand do. Now, what does brand do mean? Brand do means, if you are talking about a purpose, if you are encouraging people to do something, what are you doing as a brand? Because consumers are very smart. They don't just, they can smell bullshit from a mile away. And if you are just saying but not doing, you're going to be called out and you're not going to be looked at as an authentic brand. And we have many examples of this. To share some, Dove's brand say is all about shattering beauty stereotypes. And then when it comes to their brand do, they provide, they go to schools and they provide, how should I say, training or educating girls, especially young girls, on body dysmorphia, body issues, telling them, look, you all are beautiful. They've started a campaign called Show Us, which is working with the media industry to change the portrayal of women, of all different types of groups, men, LGBTQ+, which is one example. RIN has a purpose about supporting progress seekers, and they have a RIN Career Academy where they're helping People get trained for their career. Ben and Jerry's is all about justice in all its flavors, which is why they campaign. Even they lead street marches especially in countries like America, to demonstrate and protest for issues that they believe in. And a brand like Vaseline, which I'm sure you're all familiar with as well, has a brand say of everyone deserves healthy, healed skin. And they have started what's called a Vaseline Healing Project. I think it's been there for more than 5 years. They've reached more than 5 million people with this program, where they go into war-torn countries, they go into places that have been hit by a typhoon or any natural disaster, and they provide their skin healing. Because when you get bad cuts, when you get bad bruises, and you don't have healed skin, you're not able to take care of yourself, you're not able to take care of your family. So coming to step 3, which is talk my world. Now, I think this is very important. This Big Bang Theory meme really explains it, which is people don't really care about what's happening somewhere else, right? You need to talk to people about their personal world. So when you are talking about purpose, what is the purpose and how does it affect your consumer? If you're taking on an environmental issue, how are you going to make it relevant to your consumer, whether it's male, female, young, old, in India, whether it's rural, it's urban? If you're going to talk about a social issue, make sure the social issue is relevant to them. If it's young men, maybe you talk about masculinity. If it's moms, maybe you talk about their children playing outside. But really talk to them about the issue that matters to them, not just an issue that matters to you or matters to the world, because it will not really work for your consumers if it's not really grounded in their real issues and their real lives. And again, another case study is of Rin. Now, Rin needed to really think of how are they able to land their purpose in a way that's relevant to their consumer. There's obviously a global purpose, but how is this going to translate to a local girl in a small village in Maharashtra? How do we make this relevant to her? So I'm going to show a piece of communication to show you how Rin has done it.
हाँ चंद्रे, आ गए पानी? मंजू, पानी भर के ला।
दादी, कल मेरी परीक्षा है, पढ़ना है मुझे।
अरे परीक्षा देने से प्यास मिटेगी क्या? चल जा।
ये कब तक चलता रहेगा? चलिए, मंजू के हाथ में फिर से खिताब लाते हैं। कुछ चेक डैम्स बनाकर रिन ने उठाया है पहला कदम, दूसरा आप उठाइए। इस्तेमाल कीजिए नया रिन बार और कपड़े धोइए आधे पानी में। रिन के साथ अपने महाराष्ट्र को जल समृद्ध बनाएं।
So as you can see, they're talking about the environment, but it's being done in a much, much more relevant way, in a way that makes people feel like this impacts their lives, it impacts their village, it impacts their community, and makes it really, really relevant to them. The fourth step is all about leveraging community. As obviously as Indians, we know the importance of community and how critical this is. And this is more important than ever now with social media, with everyone connected, with digital. And we also know that the messenger is more important, or as important, I should say, as the message. So how you deliver the message, who delivers the message, and how you leverage the community is going to be very important to do what we call social norming, which is making people feel like, this is something that's expected to do. It's something that everyone's doing. I think a good personal example I'll give you is of recycling. So when I was living in Singapore, I was very honestly not really recycling, and I didn't really think like it's so bad because around me people were not really recycling. But as soon as I moved to the UK, it's like people look at you weird if you don't recycle. I also, I think a similar analogy is like throwing stuff. Sometimes when you're in India, people throw stuff, people spit. But when you go abroad, you realize actually people are the same. It's just that because other people do it, they think people can get away with it. And building a community and building as a social norm that this is something that is done or not done is super important if you want to land your purpose. And now over to the last point, step 5, which is all about building touch points. Now, some of you might say, look, these are all good for a company like Unilever, which has so much money. It can make TV films, it can make huge campaigns. But I would urge you to just think of every touch point. when you work on any brand, whether that's a B2B brand, whether it's a B2C brand, whether it's a car, it's a shampoo, what are the touch points that people experience your brand, and how are you able to deliver your purpose on any of these touch points? It does not have to be a TV film. It does not even have to be advertising. I'll give you an example. Like I said, I lead digital and content for Sunsilk. And one of the key projects that we've delivered is on all of our packaging, for example, in Brazil, which is our biggest country. There are QR codes, which after COVID now, people are much more comfortable and familiar with QR codes. And when you scan the QR code, you are sent to what we call our purpose platform, which is a digital platform that helps girls explore more possibilities. It helps them discover new career potential and really helps them achieve the brand's purpose, which is of opening up possibilities for girls everywhere. And we've seen great results from this. We've increased 20% of the total traffic is coming purely from these QR codes. Again, this costs no money, right? We just have to put a QR code on a pack. That's it. And these people who are coming from the packaging are having a lower bounce rate. They're spending more time. And it's really driving the purpose of the brand holistically, not just in our advertising, but on every single touch points. And I would urge you to do the same for any brand on social media, it's in-store promotion, whether it's advertising, everything. Just think 360, think holistically. How can you build your purpose on every single touch point that people will experience your brand? And the last point I would say is now, just like the sort of infinity stones, all of these work much stronger when they're together. So it's not enough to just do one or just do, I want to do point number 1 and 5. You need to think of these holistically. There are 5 steps. It's like a recipe. You can't just skip a step. You need to think of them together. You need to think of them in those order, because only when they're together do you get the strength that you see in this gift of the infinity bond.